Right now, legacy crypto gaming coins are making moves. This is something that I didn't really expect to be talking about, but we have Alex Becker coming back once again. He talked about Gala. Now he's talking about 𝐿𝐴𝑥. 𝐿𝐴𝑥 up a tremendous amount. It's hit 30 cents, almost a $300 million fully diluted valuation. We're going to be talking about this and more in this video. If you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. We bring you the breaking crypto gaming news updates for the space, and let's get right into it. So when it comes to what's happening in crypto gaming right now, there's a clear momentum shift. Interestingly enough, Gala recently just announced that founders nodes are going to be sellable. In fact, looking at the NFT Harbor marketplace, this is where you can trade these Gala founders nodes, we're seeing that the average selling price is about $6,000 to $7,000, which is in stark contrast to how much it was actually sold quite a bit ago. These nodes are generating somewhere about $10 to $12 a day. Am I going to be buying a founders node? I don't believe I am, because I believe that there are more hyper competitive nodes out there. For example, Moonveil, it's a new node sale that's coming up pretty soon. We're on a journey to accumulate more and more crypto gaming nodes. I believe we've already hit more than likely what's going to be the next Gala, but for the most part, it's looking good in the node meta. Let's talk about some big news here for the space. 𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴 recently launched their layer 2 Arbitrum Orbit chain. It's called 𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴 Chain. They've got 𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴 on there. 𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴's been struggling a lot, and I remember very vividly that they backtracked a lot of their gaming initiatives back in 2023. But now it seems they're coming back. They have 𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴 Chain out there. They're up 100% in a single day, making them technically the third largest gaming coin out there in terms of market cap, over $1 billion of straight market cap, high octane value. Here's the thing though, if you're looking for the reason why, I'm going to tell you why. It's not because of gaming. It's not because of the other side meta. It's because of meme coins. In fact, they have something called the 𝐸𝐵 Express, which has had over 2,000 coins created in just the first day of their launch. 55 of these coins ending up in their bonding curves, and 7 of them having multi-million-dollar market caps. The meme coin craze is pretty crazy, but if you compare the mind share of meme coins to everything else, GameFi has about 4 to 5% of the crypto market share. Meme coins having about 50 to 60% of that, so over 10x the market share and mind share that crypto gaming has, which is just it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But I do believe that we're going to have a pretty monumental shift in this happening fairly soon. I believe that gaming has really shown itself to be a powerful indicator. In fact, we've seen Riftstorm hit the trending page on Steam. Steam being one of those platforms that have been infamous for being against crypto gaming. Off the Grid also topping the charts over in the Epic Games Store. I remember 9 Heroes was the most wishlisted game in Epic Games as well for the longest of time. So we're seeing a ton of growth happening there. With this being said, I do believe that we're going to have a bit of a resurgence in not only the metaverse narrative, but launch pads in general. And so the sponsor of this video, Seed World, is actually going to be launching pretty soon. It's going to be happening October 23rd. They're doing quite a few cool initiatives. Now, if you didn't know, Seed World is a UGC gaming infrastructure that is supposed to go ahead and become the virtual world of Web3. It's built by Seedify, which we know and love, right? They're the largest Web3 gaming incubator. They've been the largest one in-house since 2021. They've got 90 employees on Seed World. Seedify has 175 in total. In terms of their competitors, they've got, the Sandbox, Decentraland, those metaverse projects that have, for the most part, kind of dwindled from their highs at over, like $600 million market caps these days. Seed World is starting at like $3 million. Seed World's token is going to start with, token utilities from day one. They're going to be able to stake in particular time frames. You get free land NFTs from Seed World. There's going to be a lot of UGC that's going to be built from the connections that Seed World actually goes ahead and has, the network access that Seedify has, the content creators, gaming studios, everything in between, because of their launchpad background, is going to be the momentum shifter when it comes to their competitive advantage versus other crypto gaming ecosystems like the Sandbox, like Decentraland. Their graphics already being competitive. They're on Unreal Engine 5 to many of the big players in the space. We think about Roblox. We think about some of those bigger ones that are having UGC gaming infrastructures. They're bullish, of course, considering their track record, which for me, at least, looking at the gameplay here, I think the platform looks very good in comparison to many of its competitors at its market cap. And of course, the cabal is all over. It's all over the Seedify fam. And so that's why I think that Seedify is going to be an absolute banger. The Seed World TGE is on October 23rd. So of course, be there. They're launching on 6 chains at the same time, which is kind of crazy. And don't forget to follow their socials, which I'll leave in the link in the description for more updates, links in the bio. Thank you, Seed World, for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it. So talking about the metaverse narrative, 𝐷𝐻𝐻 is one of those plays on the channel that we've talked about fairly extensively. They've been teasing a lot of brand new updates in regards to their characters, the open world segment, the FPS. I think that when it comes to crypto gaming coins, you know, 𝐷𝐻𝐻, while it may not have performed the best, I still hold a bag of it, so full disclosure there. I do think that as we inch closer to the big narrative boom, these games with solid gameplay, solid teams that are embracing Web3 are going to be doing very good. In fact, we've actually seen Frank Wilder, we've seen some of the Wilder team actually talk about Zero. They've talked about the Zero chain. They've urged people to go ahead and make sure that they're interacting within Zero, that they have profile pictures, that they're, you know, just in general interacting with their chain. I'm assuming that the reason they're doing that is because either there's going to be some kind of airdrop for the Zero token, or there's going to be some sort of bonuses that you're going to be able to get as being an early adopter of the 𝐷𝐻𝐻 Zero chain. So we'll see what ends up happening there. I thought that was a pretty interesting observation. Other things in the news, the Web3 Gaming Content Creator of the Year award is currently in the running. I am a top 30 creator, so I will also leave the link in the description if you want to go ahead and vote for me. It would be awesome. I think that we've been working extensively over the past couple of years, and now it's time to actually compete. It's going to be happening in Manila, the award show. They are having a lot more award shows in general. What I've seen when it comes to the crypto gaming space is a lot more adoption from the Web2 side. I think this is the big winner for this year. While as a market cap standpoint, we haven't really had that mooner yet. We had a big craze at the beginning of 2024 that kind of died out a bit because of meme coins. We are seeing a ton of adoption from Web2 sources. I do believe the end all be all #1 consumer retail adoption, you know, utility thing is going to be gaming. We're seeing that with Off the Grid. We're now beginning to see it with Riftstorm. There's going to be many more games that look very good. Will the blockchain component make it so that all these are worth trillions of dollars? I do still actually maintain a very bullish thesis on the fact that these gaming chains, these infrastructure projects are going to be worth hundreds of billions of dollars as a result of facilitating all of the technology that gaming is going to need. Gaming is an enormous industry. It's not going to be going anywhere. So betting on these key winners like Avalanche, for example. Right now I'm in Buenos Aires, Argentina. They had their Avalanche Summit. It was an absolute smash hit. Talking to the team, they were 100% focused on the technology. The big narrative was when Shroud had gone ahead and said, this is a post by 𝐈𝐶, that he believes the blockchain just makes it easier. Why spend millions of dollars making your own Steam marketplace when you could just take it from the blockchain for free? You could just fork it over. You can use the tech. That's the entire idea behind L1s. Not only do you, of course, get ownership, but you also get the technology without having to do all the work. And for indie companies, there's a big reason Avalanche 9000, for example, making it very cheap for people to actually build on Avalanche, is creating this environment so that these new gaming companies, instead of having to spend a ton of their budget on making some kind of marketplace, they can just come over to the crypto industry and get it for what is practically free in comparison to what you'd be paying to actually create this marketplace. Now, what am I farming right now? What am I accumulating? I know that I get that comment all the time on the channel. I'm accumulating the winners. I'm accumulating the ones that I think are going to continue to win. If you're big into on-chain gaming, I think Pirate Nation is going to be excellent. Am I accumulating it? No. What I'm accumulating right now is node sales. I think that node sales are going to continue to be the hottest meta in the crypto space. It's just something that is very obvious to me. You get a ton of loyal holders. You are pretty much giving debt out to your holders, so you have to make them happy. You give them at pretty low valuations. They make money. They become holders forever. The reason we saw, you know, Cardano cult forming in the Cardano cult forming in the first place was because of the fact that these guys made a ton of money. Ethereum was the same thing. Bitcoin was the same thing. All of these chains have something in common, and that's that they took care of their initial holders. Ronin is going to have the same thing. It's because of Axie Infinity that they got all of these cult-like leaders. Pixels Online was also another contributor for this. Gala got all these loyal holders because of the fact that the Gala holders made a ton of money from their founders nodes. So I think the same narrative can be said for what node sales are going to create. Are the valuations going to be so low to the point where you're going to be making 100x on every single node sale? I don't think so. But I do think that if they can take care of their initial holder base, if they can take care of the VCs that are quite frankly investing millions of dollars into nodes, then I believe it'll usher in a new era of more venture capital funds entering the crypto gaming space, giving the much needed funding that these crypto games need to survive and thrive. And that's really going to move the needle forward. When you think about off the grid, it's not only about the fact that there are more Web2 gamers playing in crypto gaming than ever before. We're talking about the intersection between venture capital funding providing something awesome and the retail masses getting access to a great product. This is something we haven't seen in crypto gaming before. I saw a video by John. John is someone that's very critical of crypto games. He essentially made what is the first positive review of any crypto game in history. He, of course, had a lot of questions about the optimization issues and maybe about the fact that in its current state, he wouldn't play it religiously, but it's definitely a momentum shift from what you'd expect from John's content. The same can be said with what Off the Grid is representing for the crypto industry. Crypto gaming has been struggling to raise funds. The mind share in the crypto space has been going down fairly steadily over the course of this year. And a lot of people were betting on Off the Grid, them having raised, what is it, almost $100 million, if not more, in a pretty short amount of time. If they had failed, then it would have been a very toxic environment for any other crypto gaming projects to raise. We would have seen a lot more crypto gaming projects go bankrupt than probably since the FTX days. However, as a result of Off the Grid actually being a pretty successful project, maybe it's not the smash hit it's going to become Fortnite tomorrow, but it's definitely got a good mind share within the Web2 side. On top of that, it has proven itself to actually be a pretty good game. I played over 150 matches over the course of the past week. This game has represented to the crypto industry that yes, there are crypto games that can actually be built to withstand the actual Web2 environment. There are games in Web3 that can compete with Web2. So I see a lot of venture capital funding coming back to the crypto gaming space, which is going to give a lot of that very, very, very necessary ammunition to continue to have the crypto gaming space move forward. VC funding is pivotal to the survival of many of these crypto gaming projects. So a lot of people were betting on Off the Grid to be successful, to continue to have that pressure. And we're seeing some of that VC funding come back as a result of Off the Grid. People are seeing that gaming could possibly be that next big narrative for retail mass consumption. Is retail here in crypto right now? Not necessarily. There's a lot of regurgitated capital all over the place, but I do believe that when we have that moment happen, when crypto gaming gets that mindshare back, that it's going to be because of gaming. Gaming is going to be that vertical that creates all of that enormous mindshare. And so Off the Grid, it's giving that lifeline for many crypto gaming projects to continue to survive. Maple Story Universe, which is going to hopefully be coming out in Q4 or Q1 of 2025, is also, they've got $100 million raised from Nexon. They're a huge game. So if they're a success as well, I think it's only going to further catapult the crypto gaming space forward. So you can't really go wrong with any of these infrastructure projects that are housing these big games. Would I buy the Guns token? Probably not. I would rather just, farm the NFTs in the game and trade within that market. When it came to Axie Infinity, I never traded the Axie Infinity token. I wasn't an AXS holder. I was someone that bred Axies and made a lot of capital as a result of understanding how that market worked. So when it comes to the underlying game tokens, I'm much more bullish on actually getting the NFTs, arbitrage trading this stuff, and of course having the token as something on the side, but the focus being the actual NFTs within, and then of course for those infrastructure projects, having that token there, because I think they're going to catch a lot of the upside from the growth from these Web3 games coming in. So I hope I gave you some context on the state of the crypto gaming market today. If you enjoyed the content, just go ahead, like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Crypto gaming is going to make it.